Welcome to Conversations with MM. This is Marivir, and this is the last of our episode for 2023. Time flies, and I'm so grateful that we have reached the home stretch of the year. Maraming salamat po sa inyong support for this little podcast of ours that's both local and global because we are simply on the digital age right now. So our episode for this as a year ender is about women, mga powerful women in the community here in the East Coast. And we are part of the Women and Media group. I'm talking about three ladies and my good friends who will be joining me and who will be talking to me about their reflections for the year and prospects for next year. They are feisty women, wonderfully funny and substantial, good friends. So I'd like to introduce the founding editor of the FilAm magazine, Miss Cristina DC Pastor. Hi, Krian.
Hi, we're here. Happy New Year.
Cheers to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, Suki. And then we have the treasurer of the New Jersey Unified Teachers Group, Miss Jenny Castaneda. Hi, Jen.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Thanks for
Hi,
having me.
Jen.
And last but not least, the president or the executive director, oh my God, the executive director of the Philippine American Business Chamber, Miss Ledy Almadin, who is also the New Jersey NAFA chairperson. Hi, Led. Welcome and thank you.
Hi, Leds.
Hi.
Cheers. Thank you for joining us, ladies. And it's really an honor. I'm sure this is going to be a fun conversation. I'd like to ask first sa lahat sa inyo na ano ang highlight nyo this year as a personally and professionally. Let's begin with Krian. Ano ang highlight mo, Krian, this year?
Thank you. Thank you, Marivir.
Yes.
Nagulat naman ako sa opening mo. You use the word powerful. So I don't really feel powerful.
You
I don't know if my colleagues feel that they're powerful. Power women. I don't like those. I don't like those labels. Anyway.
Oh, you should like it, Krian.
Huh?
You should like it.
Okay.
Influential.
So my 2022 has been a year of, I just got back from China after 4 years. So 2022 has been a year of reclaiming my American life.
Uh-huh.
So I got back. I started to get used to getting used to New York and New Jersey all over again. So I forgot a lot of things when I got back. So I have to learn how to take the subway, how to take the bus. Very basic. How to take NJ Transit, how to buy a Metro card.
Wow.
I have to do all those things. And then because I didn't know where to live, I had to close on a condo. So it's really a very survival thing for me. That's how my life was for 2022. And thank God I am getting by. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I remember, Krian, meeting you for the first time since you came back from Beijing. And then you didn't know where to go. I had to pick her up.
We were supposed to meet in Bryant Park. I didn't know that I live close to Bryant Park.
Yes.
Because at the time I was living with a friend. Okay.
3 years.
Marivir was one of the people who patiently told me where to go.
Oh my gosh. So I remember, I didn't realize that you forget pag 4 years na pala, hindi mo na maalala.
I forgot a lot of things, yeah.
I mean, did that happen to you,
like,
Ledy or Jen?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
For how long have you not been in a place, then you forgot na?
Well, it happened to me in Singapore because I stayed in Singapore for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
So when I went back for a visit, I felt very confident. I know this.
Uh-huh.
When I came out of the subway, I'm like, what?
Parang you really feel strange, no?
Yeah. Because things have changed also, but I was so lost. So that happened to me in Singapore, yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I was so happy when I met you again, Krian. It's like, oh, she's back. It's really a personal
Thank you.
gift to me that you're back in New York.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I
amazing.
was so happy to be back and
Great,
meet
great. And
everybody again. Get
yeah, and how
reacquainted
about
with old friends.
how about Jen? Ano mang highlight mo this year? And also Ledy after Jen.
My highlight for the year was my niece's wedding in April. Um,
Uh-huh.
my mom and I went home to the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
My niece from UK also came home, so we were together as a family.
Oh,
Uh, the
nice.
only person who was not there was my son, who did not want to go home. So, but
So,
it was very, very nice. It was a very nice reunion. Yes,
yeah,
very.
I see. This is a big group.
Yes,
Jen.
Yeah, and everybody was dressed nicely.
Yeah. When
wedding.
you're there, you're in the back. Tita Lumen's there.
So yes, so that was ano. So that was the highlight of the year.
Wow. Yung mga ganito ba, Jen, yung mga weddings and all that, that's a reason for us to reunite with family. How
Def-
many years did you plan that? Na
no,
everybody could come
a year.
a year.
A year when my actually even less than a year when my niece said she's getting married.
Mm.
Because it was like planning, never parang hindi sila sigurado, and then suddenly okay, they made up their minds they're going to get married, so they gave us a warning. And then originally I was going to go home 2023 in July for the Unified Summit in Iloilo,
Yeah,
but then when she said she's getting married, I chose to go home for her wedding, so that's why I wasn't able to attend the summit of Unified.
I see. Thank you. And then si ano naman, Led. What is your highlight, personal highlight for the year
My
2023?
highlight,
Uh-huh.
yung trip namin nung sisters ko sa UK. That was the
Oh, that's
highlight.
nice.
Oh,
That's
that's
Yeah,
interesting
recent.
too.
yeah. We never traveled together, uh, overseas at the same
Mm-hmm.
time together, just the three of us. So that was like in our bucket list for a long time.
Uh-uh.
So we did that. That was for a week. So a week is
Only
good
for a
enough.
week?
Yeah,
That was
no,
only
no,
for a
that's
week?
good. Yeah, that's good enough. More than a week won't be good.
So tatlo kayo, Led, the three
Yeah,
of you.
yeah,
Wow.
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
did you find out about yourselves when you were together?
I think we realized we matured a lot since
Mhm.
when we were younger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now when we were together, we clash with little things. But
Really?
now we know, when to step back or just to laugh about things or just
Uh-uh.
you know what I mean. So I think I realized we all matured enough to handle each other.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Did the trip bring you closer?
Uh yes, my daughter.
That's
It's
okay.
okay.
She's older. Sorry about that.
Hi. That's fine.
She's
Uh-huh.
doing her laundry. Oh my god. Um no, it was really a great trip. So hopefully we'll do another one sometime in the near future.
Uh-uh.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So when was the last time na nagsama kayong tatlo?
I
Before
cannot remember.
the Europe thing? Oh,
I cannot remember. We've
Yeah.
never done overseas travel together
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, yeah. Just
So
nice.
whose
just
idea
local.
was it? Whose idea was it,
Mine,
Lady?
mine,
I,
mine.
Are you the eldest, Lady?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
see. Masaya.
yeah,
Masayang
yeah,
masaya. So I go
yeah.
back to Christina. Let's go professional now naman, Krian. What
okay.
is your highlight mo naman na pinaka big story, pinaka importante na story that you wrote today? I mean this
So
year.
this year, I think I count two. One
Hmm.
is the funding for the Harvard course, for the Tagalog course in Harvard.
This
I
one.
think it's some kind of a scoop.
Oh,
Um,
I see.
I wrote a story the that says that Martin Romualdez, the Speaker of the House, may be the founder of the Tagalog course in Harvard because I got hold of a document that was inviting people to attend this event, this dinner, where
Yes.
he will be honored for funding the event. So anyway, that came out. It got a big splash, and then Inquirer wrote republished the story. And then
Mhm.
after I think 24 hours, they pulled down the story. That it became a bigger story.
Mhm.
Because the Harvard funding now became a story about press censorship.
Right.
So
Wow.
after that, and then Martin Romualdez's name was being dragged into this bribery scandal in Manila. So the story it went in many different directions.
Mhm.
But for a couple of months, the story was up there and it's being discussed online. So it had that kind of an impact.
Yes, I
My
was about.
second story was about the arrival of the new congen, Senen Mangalili. Because,
Mhm.
for the longest time, for a couple of months, New York was adrift. We had no leader, we had no congen, and we didn't know where the congen was. Nobody was answering us. And then Congen Senen came, and he sort of calmed us down, pacified the community, um, and gave us back our bearing. And then he was able to project himself as a leader who was friendly, nice, funny, accessible,
Mhm.
and that sort of calmed the community down. That was my second story.
Yeah. Grabe. May impact. I mean, Christina
Yeah.
chose the articles that have impact nationally sa
Oo. Oo,
Pilipinas
sa
and
Pilipinas.
also here sa
Here in
community
the community,
East
yeah.
Coast.
What about you, Marvir? What's your top stories for the year?
Meron pa akong tanong sa iyo.
Sige.
Tatanungin muna kita about the article on Harvard having
Oo.
a Tagalog language course. So
Oo.
so what happened to the Harvard budget for this course?
The Harvard,
Did it
the
still
Tagalog
continue
course is
despite
supposed
the
to have
controversy?
the Tagalog course is supposed to have a budget for 3 years. I think that was the commitment of
Yeah.
whoever funded it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Martin Romualdez or whoever. Anyway, the story is really about so Martin Romualdez's name is being linked.
Yeah.
So people are supposed to think, people were supposed to think, if Romualdez's name was linked, could there be Marcos money behind it?
Mm.
So that's what I was sort of asking, but I did not ask directly because I didn't want it to be a malicious article,
Mm.
but at the same time, I wanted to inject that idea among the readers. And I think the readers got it. So they were
Right.
asking, how is it really Martin Romualdez's money or the Marcos money? So
But
was it ill-gotten wealth
what
that is funding the Tagalog course in Harvard? So
yeah,
that's it.
the thing is
Anyway, Martin, let me just uh, put some more context. Martin Romualdez denied that he is the funder, and then he didn't talk to anyone anymore about that.
so we have no idea who the
Who
funder
actually
was.
funded it?
Yeah.
No. Well, it
Oh,
depends
well,
on.
that's an assignment for you because you started the story.
It depends. It depends. Who's going to
Yeah.
talk? Yeah.
Yeah. So nonetheless, the course on Tagalog language is with
Yeah,
Harvard.
it's still there.
I
It has
see.
a 3-year funding, so assured yung funding. So the preceptor,
That's
the teacher,
really
is getting her salary.
great. So yan ang aking follow-up question, madam.
Oo.
That's my question. Unless our two friends here have something in mind pa na gustong magtanong, they can of course
Sige.
ask.
Oo.
Wala
I
yet.
have a question.
Sige.
Okay. Go ahead, Ledy.
So what's your next step? Are you gonna go for still trying to find who the real funders are?
I don't know because in that story, nobody wanted to talk to me.
Oh.
So I relied on analysts and I relied on documentation, whatever document I had, because somebody gave me a document. So I relied. So if somebody talks, there can be a follow up. But if nobody wants to talk, then I think it's a story that will have to wait its time. Maybe it will come 2 years time, or maybe in 10 years time, you know,
Wow.
if somebody wants to talk. But if nobody
Even
wants to
Harvard?
talk, you cannot force it. Harvard doesn't want to talk to me.
That's what I
Mm.
wanted to ask. Even Harvard, hindi ba under Information
Yeah,
Act
isn't
yan?
that
No, no.
isn't isn't
They
that
didn't
supposed
want
to
to
be
talk to me,
transparent?
and they just said something like, we they're not at liberty to discuss the funders of their programs. They do not discuss those things. Oh, you mean file a Freedom of
Yeah.
Information
Oh,
Act?
yeah.
Hmm.
But we could try that route. Yeah, that
That's a
can be.
that's a prospect for you
Yeah.
for work next year.
Did you just give me an assignment?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
that, that's
we
a,
want to know,
We
Chris. We
want to
want to
know.
know the
It's
answer.
like it's there's no closure yet.
Oh,
Mm.
anyway, some people in on social media have already concluded that it's Marcos money. Anyway, it depends on their own conclusions.
Well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, me naman, in answer to your question, Krian, what's
Yeah.
the big story that I wrote personally na I like and which has impact is this
Oh.
one. I wrote about coming from a forum on ethnic media, the EMS, Ethnic Media Services, which is based in um, California.
California.
This story on giving context to our reportage about the ongoing conflict in Israel and Israel among Israelites and Palestinians right
Hmm.
now, unfortunately. So we journalists are being asked to always write with historical context so that
Oh.
we understand the ongoing war situation in that
Mhm.
unfortunate place. So this one, everybody is represented. You have a journalist from of a Palestinian origin, Palestinian American, and you have an activist in New York and two others, both Jewish, who are also trying to, appease everyone and to really go down into the bottom of things. Because as we know that this year, the divide has been so pronounced on the war situation, much worse than the impact of Ukraine. The war in Israel is really something that hurts all of us.
Yeah.
Whether you are Christian, you are Jewish, Muslim, it has actually defined everyone. It's like a test of character. So,
Yeah.
as a journalist, I believe that it's our duty to set things in context so that people are not, more hateful or do not understand history but just cling on to their religious belief. So, that to me is most the big story I wrote this year.
Why? What was the consensus? Are they saying that journalists are one-sided?
It's very biased. Most of the reporting, it's like,
Biased for
this
Israel?
biased for Israel or too biased for the Palestinians. So you have to look at it in a way that the article gives you the historical information on why the conflict has not really been resolved for since 75 years ago. So it's very detailed, but you have to put uh, put that in context. And I understand Korean because like when we write, if we do not put context, even if we write on our successful immigrants, if you don't put that in context, it comes out na parang yabang lang yan or something. But if you put that on context, people will understand, oh, where she's coming from, the struggle that she went through, and the why the success is to be shared and celebrated. So that we have to do that. To me, that's like all of us journalists must have a sense of history when we write. So we put people in a clear understanding of the here and now or the before and now kind of situation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. And another one which is good as well is our coverage on Miss Universe. Filipinos love Miss Universe pageants very much. And each time may ilalagay ako Korean and thanks
Oh,
to Felix Manuel.
Oh,
Talagang people watch and I love it. So like this one here. This was at the Philippine Independence Day parade. Let me share this. Oh, okay. View. There you go. So that's our Bonnie.
It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. I know the energy is going to be amazing. I love being around Filipinos.
Oh my God, I'm proud of you.
Thank
you. So there
yeah,
you go. That's our Bonnie Gabriel,
yeah,
who was our Miss Universe, Miss USA, but she is half American, half Filipino.
yeah.
So, in on YouTube, the I had a oh, sorry, hold on, sorry, it's still there.
What?
There you go. So everybody love Filipinos love beauty pageants. So
Mm,
because we claim it too that she's ours dahil Filipino siya.
yeah.
So that reached like 7,000 views in a short time. So
Uh-oh.
thank you also to Felix, who's very substantial in his discussion with details of Miss Universe pageants.
Uh-oh.
Yun. And I was happy kasi during the PIDSI parade, I saw her and then we were allowed to go upstate, up on the float. So,
Uh-oh.
tuwang-tuwa yung journalist naging fun girl. Yeah. So that's my two big stories for this year. Many
Yeah.
others, but I chose those.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So ano naman si ano pa ang mga highlight ni Ledy and Jenny? What else did you do this year?
Professionally,
Yeah.
no, I think it's the resistance of going back to the office for me.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, after more
You're no
than
longer
three
work from home,
years.
Lady.
No, we have to go back now to the office. So that
Oh,
it's like
Every day of the week.
no three times a week.
Ah,
3 times a week. So that because before pre-pandemic, parang our lives rotate or revolves around our work hours, diba? 9 to
mm-mm.
5, and everything else gets done before or after the 9 to 5 hours. So pandemic happened, we had to adjust. And then I think life balance got better that way because you can do things in between or
Yeah.
more flexibility.
yeah.
But now going back to the office, you have to readjust things. So it's another big adjustment, mentally, physically, you know, like emotionally.
But are you
uh,
excited to do that, Led, or you would rather have
uh,
the old way, the old
I
pandemic way?
I think I think we all need it to go
Yes.
outside, diba?
Oh,
Mentally, emotionally, physically, even physically. I think it's better to go outside,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but not 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's too much too.
Yeah, it's too much. Because it's just weekends is not enough between
Yeah.
doing to balance your family, your social life, the home chores and all that. So I was thinking about it the other day. How did we make our society believe
Hmm.
that
So
that's the life we have to do? It's just not so. That's why we were having a hard time of work life balance, because it's
Right.
not really balanced. You really cannot balance it between of a 9 to 5 5 days
yeah.
a week job. You cannot. I don't think we can ever balance it that way.
Sabihin mo sa boss
um
mo, COVID is not over yet.
Buti
they
na
I
lang
think
we
they're
realized it during COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's still in discussion. When we had our town hall meeting, it's still in
Mm.
discussion because not everyone is still comfortable going back, because
Nice.
the
Yeah,
the 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 remote works, I think,
yeah.
just fine as far as efficiently,
Right.
in many
I
ways.
think your
So
office should measure your productivity. If you're still productive working from home, I think that should continue.
Yeah.
That's what other companies are doing.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
think
measure
so.
productivity.
Yeah, because
I think,
2 hours travel one
yeah.
Yeah,
way each day, four
yeah,
hours a day, not including your getting up early and getting ready and
yeah.
rushing, and that's like at least 5 hours of your day in transit and
Uh-uh.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
It's
You know
exhausting.
how much
Yeah,
work I can do in like 4 to 5 hours a day.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You,
So
that's really practical. I really like, maybe like coming in between would be like, make it like 2 or 3 days long. You go to your office,
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
staff meeting just to socialize,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah,
everything else you do on your own in a productive way na ikaw lang mag-isa,
yeah, yeah,
right? Jen,
yeah.
I would like to show this because
Oh,
this is related to our work, to your highlight. So tell us about this one.
probably one of the pictures of the highlights of my work. But the highlight
Mhm.
of this is we had so many difficulties with this project, but in
Mm.
the end, that's the end result. So that
Mm.
became, hold on, that became like, at the end of the day, it came out beautifully. So despite all the struggles, or despite all the problems that we encountered while doing it, so
Mhm.
that's one of the highlights. But going also to Ledy, in continuing with what she mentioned, right? Because
Mhm.
like she said, a lot of companies are going back to the office right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lucky in the sense that even before pandemic, I had the arrangements. I'm work from home full time, so five
Mhm.
days a week. So even now, when people are also back in our office, I'm the only one working from home full time,
Are you resisting it?
resisting going back.
Yeah.
No, I love the fact that I'm work from home.
How
Okay.
did you get that deal?
Yeah.
Um, when I went for the interview, I know that another person was also working remote. So that when
Oh,
I came in, I said I also want to work remote
remotely.
5 times a week, and
Ah.
and no problem. But now, everybody's back in the office 4 times, because every Friday we're work from home. So four
Um,
times a week, people are working in the office, except for me.
okay.
Wow. You're privileged.
Well, not privileged in the sense, but I was lucky that even before the pandemic
Mm.
happened, that was my arrangement, right?
Oh,
I
oh,
see.
Going back to what Ledy said, that's the thing that now I'm saying, is that why doesn't the companies realize that no matter that you're working from home, it was still functioning well. Your company was functioning because during the pandemic, everybody were working from home, and work was still continuing, diba?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was the ano. And like Ledy mentioned, there was balance between personal life and work life. In fact, sometimes you work longer hours because now you're not
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
when like in my case, if I'm up by 6 and I can't go back to sleep, I'm sitting down on my desk around 7:30. Although we start work at 9. And then
Right.
sometimes you have so much work that you don't get up at 5. You get up from your desk at 6:30. It's still the same. So sayang.
It's
So
very productive that way, that you're comfortable
correct.
in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing is, like Lady mentioned, is that the socialization. Like when
Mhm.
after the pandemic and I went also back to the office, because it's, I can go to the office when I want to. You realize you missed out on the conversations,
Yes.
diba? Yung socialization. That was the
Hmm.
thing that was lacking. So, but I'm
Hmm.
constantly on Zoom with our staff in the Philippines, which is what I say is that I have my office mates more on
Mhm.
the on in the Philippines rather the ones here, because I see them more often, or I communicate with them every day more than
yeah.
my office mates here.
Hmm.
So,
That's
but
good.
Yeah. So yun lang.
Much. I think yung mga mag-work back sa office physically, it's now time to just really assert on the life balance thing that both of you have been talking about. But then, tayong apat, we're working from home eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I find it very comfortable and productive when, kasi nasa sayo na rin yan eh, when you need to go out, I go to the library or to a coffee shop for a change of place to enhance my thinking.
Uh,
So yeah, so we just make those personal adjustments, but
Mhm.
the goal is to finish your work. So it depends on how you do it, right? So I
yeah.
think offices
But
should,
the issue with Ledy and Jen is that they work for companies. Tayong dalawa kasi we're freelancers. We
yeah,
more or
we are
less
we
dictate
control
where
time.
we want to be and where we
Mhm.
want to work.
Correct.
And
There
we have
is
no
there is
and we have no bosses, di ba, Marby?
Yeah, you
That's
you
one
are
good thing about our
you are
jobs.
my boss and I'm your boss.
Oh my God, I want to be like that.
If
Oh my God, there is no money here.
that
There's
happens,
no money.
Okay,
It's just so
don't.
convenient.
Okay, forget it then. No, there's a
Yeah.
difference. Like we have our during pandemic and even now,
Mm-hmm.
we have few times a year we have uh, a day long seminar with different departments and stuff, and it's different really. The
Mm.
one recently we had, it's so much fun. It's like, oh my God, like you never get those in Zoom,
Yeah.
those kind of socialization.
Uh,
And even in my company we have marites sessions. We don't get
Yeah.
that. We don't get that in Zoom.
uh,
But I think 3 times a week is a bit more than I want.
I see.
Yeah, maybe twice or once a week will be great.
yeah. Baka you can negotiate, Ledy.
Yeah.
We'll see, we'll see. But
You
but
can
like
negotiate for sure.
Jen said, I if you talk about putting aside socialization and mental health, um, if we talk about productivity and working efficiently, I think for myself, it depends on everyone's profession. For
Mhm.
myself, I'm more productive and efficient when I work from home because I can wake up early,
Uh,
do stuff, or stay
yeah.
late at night.
Mhm.
And I can do work late at night, quiet, no emails, no calls. So I do it more efficiently that way.
Mhm.
Um, and I cannot do it when I go to the office because when I go to the office, even though I stay late, when I when
What's
I
that?
come home, what's that?
What's that?
I don't know what was that.
oh,
When
maybe
I
it's
come home, I just go to sleep. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, you
yeah.
don't.
I am too
Because
tired.
you're so tired. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
So
It's
gosh.
it's a it's
So,
a strain physically. Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
like to show this picture with you ladies. This one. This is so like in paradise. This is Jenny in the Philippines, having a
Nice.
vacation. This is her personal highlight for her. Tell
That's
us, Jen.
nice.
okay. That's another highlight. When I went home for my niece's wedding, I made a side trip to Coron
No.
because Coron, Palawan, right? Because
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
everybody's talking about Palawan. And I said, okay, I don't want to just stay in Manila. I want to also see something else. I've been to Bohol. I've been to, where did I? Oh, I've been to Bohol. I've been to Boracay before. So, okay, we go to Coron, Palawan. I say it's the highlight because up until now, I still get a high from that trip.
Mm.
I realized that Philippines is really rich um in things to offer, right? Tourism is one, and which
Mhm.
finding out from my trip in Coron is that the Philippines is really, really beautiful. We have so
Mhm.
much to offer. And that for me was parang ano talaga, out of this world trip. I had so
Talaga.
much fun because it's very beautiful. Palawan has so much to offer, not just beaches and everything. So that's one of the highlights. When I went home to the Philippines, my friend said, nag-KBL pala ako.
Ano yan?
Said, what
Ano
is
yun?
KBL? And they said, Kasal Binyag Libing.
Oh, oh my
So you
God.
went
So
along.
super highlight yan.
We did it in 1 week. We're in, nagbinyag kami. Nagbinyag kami ng pamangkin. And then the wedding of my niece and my father and my grandmother who
Mhm.
were cremated uh was staying in the ancestral house, my mom's house. And then we decided it's time to you know, uh,
Very.
bury them or living na nga. Um,
Mm.
and so that's what we did within 1 week. So lahat,
Wow.
so
Super
nag-KBL.
highlight.
And that's what my friends were saying, nag-KBL. Apparently, that's a term in the Philippines because when they were saying, oh, Jenny came home for KBL, and everybody knew what they were talking about. So, yun. Kasal,
Galing.
pinyag, and libing.
Super substantial yan,
So many
Jen.
activities within 1 week. And then I went to Coron. And I had to squeeze everything in 2 weeks.
Imagine. So this was during the time na ano ka pa, na hilo-hilo ka pa, jet
Mm-mm.
lagged.
Well, yun nga, yung pag-uwi namin ni mommy for the wedding.
Oh my gosh. And finally, last but not least, our highlight. Highlight ko this year is me trying to be a child once again. Look at this.
Oh.
And Jenny. Alala. Oh, nice. There we were at. So, oh, Christina's gone. Where did she go? And Christina is, I think, na off. So, Jen, do you remember that? Of course, we were checked our
Yes.
bucket list. Na we rode a toy for children at the American Dream Mall during the Pasko in America. So that was a highlight for me. Na Christmas is like when you feel like it's okay to be a child again. So I had that good feeling. So
I am
congrats.
so happy that you were so willing to do it too.
Oh my God, gustong-gusto
What?
kong gawin yun. Sabi ko, this moving toy is can handle me, yung aking weight. So kaya sumakay ako. It's like Led, it's $10 for 10 minutes of joy. So that was really fun. Congratulations sa organizer kay Nanding Mendez and team for putting together for the first time Pasko in America. That was a good one. And hopefully maging tradition ito next year and in the subsequent years. Right? So were you there, Led, during that party, during that event? Parang
No, I
you were
had
away.
somewhere to go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wasn't
And
able to go. Yeah.
amazing. So, Christina has a problem, I think, technically. So, I think we will just have to continue and then wrap up question na lang sa inyo. What is your prospect for the year? Uh, First, Jen, ano ang
I
plano mo
think,
next year?
I think Ledy will be involved for my 2024.
Uh-huh. What is that?
Yay!
Um, my goal for 2024 is to be proactive
Mm-hmm.
digitally.
Mm-hmm. Proactive.
Proactive, as in like I'm willing to really spend my extra hours volunteering. Yeah,
Whoa, that's
so
nice.
that's
Mhm.
why um
Oh, the two of you are here, Ledy and Jen, in this
yeah,
picture.
that was
Yes.
summer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's Fiesta
So,
in America also,
Yeah,
right?
Fiesta
yeah,
and
this is also at the Dream Mall, American
Yeah.
Dream Mall. So all the best on that plan and all the good health to you, Jen. How
thank
about
Yeah.
yeah? How about you, Led? What is your prospect for 2024, which is election year. So, what's
Yeah. Ooh,
your personal and advocacy considerations next year?
let's try not to make the 2020 2016 2020 a repeat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just pray it won't happen again.
Mm.
But I'm preparing I think we have to brace ourselves for this coming year. We don't know what could happen. I am expecting, I don't want to pessimistic, but
Mm.
I think we all underestimated him,
Mm.
the orange guy.
Mm.
Uh, and we were all caught by surprise of what he did, what he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 2024, he's gonna come out stronger.
Oh, really?
Um, I think so because
Mm-hmm.
he's that kind of person that wants attention, and he's gonna try to get everything he wants
Mm-hmm.
by any means. So um, let's just hope it won't happen again. So, but I'm willing, and I wanna help the best way I can
Mm-hmm.
to contribute to the society that won't happen again. So let's
Mm.
just try to see where it brings us.
Okay, wow. That's kind of scary actually, no? If you really think of
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
so all the ano na lang, we have to do what we can and as much as we can and all together in terms of
yeah,
I understand your point led that like defending, protecting democracy that we
yeah,
are enjoying right now because this is precious and this is something that we enjoy and not found anywhere else in the world but here in the
yeah.
US. So it's not
I hope
perfect.
I'm just hoping that we mobilize the 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 people more, because a
Mm,
lot of people, I don't think they say, oh, because it's a higher office, the highest office, it doesn't affect us. Yes, it does.
yes.
It does, and it's just not our current time. Look what
Mm-hmm.
happened to the Supreme Court. That's going to affect the next generation
Correct.
for decades and decades of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just our everyday life that can affect us. It's just, a generation after us. So
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have to do what we can. What we should be doing it together as well.
mhm.
Thank you so much, Led. And you actually scared me, even as like a
Yeah,
journalist. Like we need to be more responsible, more active, faster in reporting, more accurate, so that we are in the
and
front
media,
of.
like what I said before. I said it many times. They said there's three branches of government in America.
Mhm.
There's four. It's
It's the media,
it's the fourth is the media.
fourth estate.
Media is, yeah, because media is so powerful. Media could start a war. Media could, change, you
Could
change
fan the
people.
war
Yeah,
or put it
it
off.
Influence the
changes
thinking.
people's opinion. Yeah,
Correct. That's
you
that's
shape
the
people's
scary.
opinion.
That's the scary part. How
That's the scary part.
the
Yeah.
media and the social media can influence a person's thinking.
Mm-hmm,
Correct.
mm-hmm.
Oh gosh,
That's
yes.
the scary part with us now is that
Yeah.
Mhm.
sometimes people don't even think anymore. They just rely on what they read,
What's being fed
Yep.
what's
Yep.
being fed.
and what they choose. They actually choose what they want to listen.
Correct.
So it's
Yep.
weird now. It's really weird now because what's played up are your personal choices and just amplified because of there's
So
um,
many
so
mediums. Yeah.
many influences in information, misinformation at hand.
Correct.
So
Yep.
times are tricky. Thank you
Yep.
so much. Yeah, it is. And so I embrace that responsibility led as much as you as community
Mm-hmm.
organizers, community leaders take the responsibility. We all should.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
we're over time, but it's really amazing to have you. Thank you very much for
Thank
everything.
you.
And Happy New Year, really, from my heart. Thank you for your support and continue to be healthy and happy as we move forward in 2024 and doing all our responsibilities.
Thank you for
Uh,
having us, Marie. We are
Thank you.
here to everybody and to all your viewers.
Thank
Yes.
you. And thank you, Christina. She had to leave ahead because there's an overlap of her schedule. So thank
Mhm.
you, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't
Thank
thank you
you.
enough for joining this podcast, Conversations with MM. And 2024, we will be here. We will be here for you and standing on truth and accuracy. So bye for now and Happy New Year,
Happy
Happy
Lady
New
and
Year.
Jen. Okay, let's see each other in real time
soon.
Yes.
soon when I'm back. And also, I'd like to thank Susan for I have the whole house here to do this podcast. It's so amazing. Thank you, my friend Susan. So let's see each other and God bless us all in 2024.